Hey there, what's going on? You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day, as we have people who watch this show from all across the globe. As for what we're getting into on the 49ers Report Rundown, ESPN NFL draft analyst Mel Kiper has released his grades for all 32 teams across the National Football League after the 2024 NFL draft. So we're going to react to his grade for the San Francisco 49ers to see what he had to say. And ESPN Plus makes you pay $11 per month just to see this article as part of their ESPN Plus subscription. We don't make you pay anything here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. All of our content is free, and we're never going to go behind a paywall because we care about you, the faithful, and that's why you subscribe, because our content limitless right here at Chat Sports. Hit that sub button if you want coverage every day, year-round on the Bang Bang Niner Gang. Mel's needs before the draft, very similar to the positions that I thought San Francisco needed to address going into draft weekend. Offensive tackle, didn't address that. Cornerback and wide receiver. San Francisco, I thought, was able to address those two positions in a very impressive way. And the Niners' entire draft class as a whole, it was a reach to take Ricky Pearsall with the 31st overall pick. I like the player. I like the game, but there were better players on the board. So to take him at 31, he's a little bit limited. I'm not sure he's an outside guy. I thought that San Francisco reached a little bit in that selection. Mel Kiper Jr., as you're about to see, thought that Renardo Green was a big reach, and he probably was a little bit, and according to a lot of other NFL draft analysts, but it makes sense because he has the identity of what the Niners look for in a cornerback, tough, rugged player with a lot of swagger, good ball skills out of Florida State, round 2, pick 64. Finally, San Francisco addressed the offensive line. We thought maybe there was a chance they'd do it in round 1. They didn't. Maybe they were going to do it in round 2. Did not. Finally, San Francisco fortifying the trenches with Dominick Puni, who did not give up a sack last year playing tackle at Kansas, one of 3 players in college football at left tackle to not surrender a sack in 700-plus snaps. A lot of versatility to his game, and he's a good athlete. The best tackling safety in the class, arguably, is Malik Mustapha, the safety out of Wake Forest. He grew up a Niner fan. He's juiced up to be coming to San Francisco. Isaac Guerendo, what a fascinating player he is. 6'3", and 220, 230 pounds, and he ran a 4.3 40-yard dash. Are you kidding me? He is a burner at the running back spot. So too is Jacob Cowing, who's shorter, definitely a slot guy, good footwork, good route runner, but also a 4.3 4.4 guy. So San Francisco getting a lot faster on the offensive side of the football. Jarrett Kingston, as the Niners go back to the offensive line in round 6, a tackle who I think is going to be a guard at the next level, played his final year of college football at USC. Tatum Bethune, the linebacker, round 7, 251 out of Florida State. A little bit smaller, probably needs to bulk up a little bit, but he hits hard. First, let's take a look at Mel Kiper's thoughts on the Niners offseason as a whole. And it's not like San Francisco needed to make monster splashes in free agency because this is a damn good roster. Was and still is. The 49ers roster, solid from top to bottom, Mel said. But I would have liked to see general manager John Lynch bring in competition for right tackle Colton McKivitz, who allowed 11 sacks last year and also was a below-average run blocker. That was San Francisco's biggest need in round 1 in my eyes. It was my biggest need for the Niners in round 1 as well, but I didn't think that San Francisco, after looking at how the draft board fell and looking at the players on the board, needed to go right tackle in round 1. I thought they could have gotten a really good player at number 63 in that second round. If they traded up for a Roger Rosengarten, wouldn't have cost all that much. If they took Kingsley Suamataia in their original spot, I thought that would have been a good play. The Lynch-Shanahan regime, for whatever reason, even though that offensive line and right tackle has gotten blown up in big moments the last couple of years, doesn't value right tackle play. Now, to their credit, they addressed the interior offensive line, and I guess we'll see if Dominick Puni can play right tackle, but he doesn't fit the profile of what the Niners look for in a tackle with the lack of arm length and wingspan. Some people are suggesting out there that Spencer Burford play right tackle. Look, he's struggled to play guard at the NFL. We're going to put him on an island on the outside. Now, if you want to go John Feliciano at center and Dominick Puni at right guard, that might make you better, but I think it's Colton McKivitz' job to lose. Here's what Mel Kiper had to say about Ricky Pearsall. Lynch went a different direction in round one, reaching a little bit for Ricky Pearsall, my 10th ranked wide receiver. Pearsall has great hands and will be an asset in the run game as a blocker, but there were better players available at the end of round one. And those were my thoughts. There were better players available at round one who I thought could have helped you, who I think might have more upside, whether it be Adonai Mitchell or Xavier Legette at wide receiver, or Kool-Aid McKinstry at corner, or Cooper DeJean, an all-around defensive Swiss Army knife. Pearsall will probably be able to contribute right away, and he's got a lot of ability, and he's looked at as a very good athlete in certain testing areas. I just don't know if he's going to be an outside wide receiver, so taking a slot in the first round, a little bit of a reach. If you want a Ricky Pearsall jersey, they're available right now. What's cool is that Pearsall wanted to go to the Niners. He said that to some people in the pre-draft process, according to Adam Schefter. Get his jersey right now, chatsports.com/Pearsall. Just a note here, it has the number 1 on it. He's not taking that jersey away from Deebo Samuel. What they do, first-round selections, when they sell their jerseys and there's not a number assigned, they just put the number 1 on there. It will come with his actual jersey. Mel Kiper on Renardo Green. The 49ers had the biggest reach of round 2, selecting my number 21 corner, Renardo Green, 64th overall prospect, about 2 rounds too high. That was a confusing one, as there were still some good corners on the board. I do like what Lynch and company did after that, though. And Renardo Green in the second round definitely caught me by surprise, and it caught me by surprise because of where he went, where he was projected to go by some trusted NFL draft evaluators, and the fact that the Niners did not go offensive tackle in round 2. A lot of NFL draft Twitter, though, loves Renardo Green. You know, the 4.5 speed, he's a little bit faster than that on tape. He's physical. He is tough. He is a player who plays with a ferocious competitiveness, good against the run, has really good ball skills. So players really like him for that reason, and plays a little bit faster than the 4.5 that he tested with in the pre-draft process in the 40-yard dash. Offensive line, look, Niners finally addressed it, and here's what Kiper said. Dominick Puni, 86 overall, has the potential to be a starting guard in time. Safety Malik Mustapha, impressive in coverage and will be a dynamo on special teams. And then running back Isaac Guerendo, 129, ran a blazing 4.33 40 at the combine and averaged 6.1 yards per carry last year, though he only had 1 year of steady production. The Niners traded away 173 and 176 to get Guerendo, so they must like him a lot. And that's my thing. You don't trade up for a tackle, but you trade up for another running back? Kyle Shanahan couldn't help himself again. Snagging Puni keeps the 49ers grade out of C territory, though I do think Pearsall will be a good pro. And I saw a good pro comp. Like some people have said Adam Thielen and Cooper Kupp. I see some Adam Thielen in Ricky Pearsall. He's a little bit more short area quickness and twitchy as compared to Cooper Kupp. Somebody said he's a better Julian Edelman. Look, they're all white guys. That's not why I'm saying that, but the game is very similar with how they win with their routes, the toughness, the willingness to block, do some of the extracurricular things outside of just catching the football. The underrated thing about Pearsall, you can use him as a gadget guy. End arounds, bubble screens, find creative ways to get him involved and get him the football. I thought the draft was trending toward AC night 1, and then I like what the Niners did night 2 and then on day 3. So Kiper's overall grade, a B-. I had the Niners grade as a B-. Didn't address offensive tackle, didn't address the defensive line. Defensive tackle or edge rusher, that to me, a pretty big surprise for San Francisco because it's a little bit thin at that position. And you brought in Leonard Floyd, but he's a little bit older. How would you grade the Niners draft? Kiper, myself, B-, A, B, C, D, or F. You let me know. I want to hear from the faithful. So do that. Get it popping in the comment section.